I'm Aaron Tux Shanahan, and this is Tux Talks. Today, our guest, Wolverine. All right, so first question for you, Wolverine.
Go ahead, bub. Let's see what you got.
How you get into cosplay?
Well, about 2 years ago, just on a sort of a dare with a couple friends, we decided to do a Comic-Con, and we chose Calgary as our place of doing business, and went down to Calgary. All my friends bailed, and I kept my end of the bargain, which I always do, and went as Hugh Jackman's version of Wolverine. And since then, it was a big hit in Calgary, and never looked back.
Nice. So, cosplays has its ups and downs. Kind of want
No. Really? No, keep going here.
Kind of want to focus on that. What have been some of the best ups for you?
My best ups? Well, meeting some amazing people in this incredible community. I met my best friend and my girlfriend here, Jean Grey, Scarlet Witch, Bowser. I get a lot of girls. Actually, Veda Cosplay, or Jen, as I know her as, has been my. She's dancing over there on the camera and distracting me, but has been my up. But it's also been it's been a lot of fun times with a lot of other good people. Franz Miguel, good feeling doing that.
All right, that is actually really touching. Like, gets me right here in the tux.
I can get you right there in the tux there.
All right, now that we've talked about a bit of cosplay, want to talk about pop culture and geek in the movies, right? A bit more into what you actually do.
A group of us formed a charity group, and we went around to different charity events, hospitals, sick kids, schools, community events, and we just played heroes. I did obviously Wolverine, people did Batman, Superman, Scarlet Witch, whoever we needed, and we just were there as role models to inspire kids. The kids are the real heroes. We're not really heroes, but we're just there to offer support or lend involvement to the cause, and that's been a really successful and good.
Now,
okay.
So one of the things that just came out, which has been so mixed reviews that I don't know what to think. Batman versus Superman.
Batman versus Superman. I actually enjoyed the movie. I didn't mind the movie. I know a lot of people, and I saw the movie late, like 2 weeks after it premiered, and there were all these negative reviews and everything like that, and I kind of went in kind of expecting not a lot out of it. But honestly, I enjoyed it. I thought the characters were good. I like Ben Affleck's version of Batman. I think he played a really dark Batman. I think his Bruce Wayne was phenomenal, and I'm not an overly huge DC fan, but I give it props. I actually enjoyed the movie, and I think if you kind of look at it from the whole DC universe and the cerebral side of it, I think you have to look at it from that end. It turned out to be a decent movie.
All right, I actually do agree with you. Like, the movie had a lot to it, and it's not our typical superhero movie. That's kind of what I was actually enjoyed about it.
They had a lot to do. They didn't have a lot of time. They had to sort of throw the whole Justice League development into one movie, and it was a lot to sort of accomplish. And I think they did what they had to do. And obviously, I mean, the breakout character was definitely Wonder Woman. I think most people agree on that. And hopefully, the franchise is successful.
Awesome. The next movie coming out is Captain America: Civil War, if I'm not mistaken. What have you thought of the trailers so far?
The trailers have been hugely exciting. I think the whole everything you see of it, from even Spider-Man coming into it, it's been a fan's dream actually. And I mean, the Civil War, based on the comic books, it was a good. They were good series and everything like that. I hope they do it justice. What's the smile?
I actually wasn't a fan of the Civil War comics. It's the reason why I'm actually DC. When Civil War was coming out, DC had 52, which to me was a much better series. Alright, another one. As Wolverine, I'm betting that you're excited for X-Men Apocalypse.
Well, now that Jackman's in it, I'm hugely more excited about it. But no, actually, I looked at the trailers on that, and Bryan Singer's always done an amazing job with the franchise. And if you look at the trailers, it looks pretty spectacular, pretty epic actually. And he brings in some different X-Men characters that I wouldn't say lesser X-Men, but obviously they're not as mainstream as the previous cast. And hopefully it leads to different character development, especially with the younger cast.
All right, I actually feel the same way on that. Are there any other movies that you're excited for? Are you looking forward to Suicide Squad?
You know what? This is probably, I looked at the trailers on that and it didn't really get me that pumped. I'm not sure, but I always, I don't want to really go off the trailers because I think that's kind of a cheap way out. I think you actually have to see the movie and look at it in its entirety. But if you're just going on what I saw off the trailers, I'd say I'm not overly excited. Of course we'll see it because we're all geeks, but
It's one of those shoulder shrugs.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, and let's wrap up this interview. What are some of the places that people will be seeing you this year?
In 11 days, I guess, from the time of this interview, we're my team and me and Veda Cosplay and Batman and Superman and the whole group, and even you, Aaron. You're going to be there in Calgary, Calgary Expo, and that's obviously Western Canada's biggest con and one of the biggest cons in Canada. And from then, San Diego, which is probably arguably one of the biggest cons in the world, if not the biggest con, and then back to Edmonton Expo again.
All right, and if people want to follow you on social media, where can they find you?
Simple handle is @CanadaWolverine on Instagram and @CanadaWolverine on Twitter.
You can click on here for Instagram, here for Twitter. All right. Anything you want to ask? Anything else that you want to add?
Aaron, you're a good-looking dude, and I love the new outfit. Actually, the tux is really suiting you. You're a very handsome man. And I'm glad you're now in front of the camera. You took my advice, and you're no longer behind the camera.
This has been Tux Talks with Wolverine and Aaron Tux Shanahan.
Go for it. Nice.